Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale, and on this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to share with you my pasta with pesto Trepanese, which is a different kind of pesto, but not really. It's very similar to a pesto genovese, which is just a traditional basil pesto. This has almonds in it and tomatoes, and it's really delicious, an Italian classic that I am just so excited to share with you. Now let me take you over the ingredients so we can get started. You're going to need lots of fresh basil, some beautiful ripe tomatoes. It can be any tomatoes you like. I prefer these little ones because they're nice and sweet. Some pasta of your choice. This is some whole wheat linguine. I'll talk about this in just a minute. Some almonds, a little garlic, some extra virgin olive oil, salt. You're going to need some freshly grated Parmigiano, and of course, you are going to need just a little bit of black pepper too, which I didn't have out, but I will. Now, for the pasta, traditionally you use regular white pasta, which I very often use in this recipe, but I really love whole grain, or whole wheat, or even the brown rice pasta because the slight nuttiness of it, I think goes so well with the pesto because of the almonds. So when I have it on hand, I like to use brown rice pasta, which also makes the dish gluten-free, or I like to use whole wheat because, again, like nuttiness is just perfect. Now, I've got a big pot of salted boiling water that is just, I can hear it bubbling and boiling away, so I'm going to add my pasta to it, give it a stir, and then we'll come back here to make our pesto. I just lightly toasted my almonds in a dry skillet just for a couple minutes. It really brings out their nuttiness. Now, these are not salted, they're just plain old almonds. I'm going to add them to my food processor, and because they're slightly warm, it's going to make everything just really sing as soon as you add it all in here. Your basil, look at this beautiful basil, and these tomatoes, which I'm not even going to cut because they are going to just process beautifully. And then I need my garlic, and then just my hand's wet, and just a pinch of salt. And now I'm just going to pulse this until it's like a rough puree, and then we'll start streaming in our olive oil. That smells incredible. I'm going to add some black pepper. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pulse this while streaming in my olive oil, and then I'm just going to let it go until the mixture is really nicely blended. If you want it really chunky, leave it chunky. If you want it really smooth, just take it all the way. It's completely up to you. So we're just going to pretend that didn't happen. Does that work for you? Okay, good, because that just kind of works for me too. All right, let's see. I'm actually going to just add it first, and then we'll blend. How about that? Just to make sure that doesn't happen again. I'm going to add in my Parmigiano. Stir that in. It smells out of this world fantastic. It's going to just coat that pasta so beautifully. Okay, I'm just going to clean up. I'm going to go check on my pasta, drain it, come back here, and then we'll put the whole thing together. Okay, got my pasta fully cooked and drained. Add that right in. Get rid of my spatula and just give it a really good toss, and you would just not believe what happens to this as soon as the hot pasta hits the pesto. It is just magnificent. There's just something magical that happens. It almost like it awakens all those flavors. It's phenomenal. Really, what you should do is let this sit at room temperature for about 15-20 minutes or so, and this would just soak up all of that lovely nutty pesto. But it's just Joe and I for dinner tonight, so I'm going to be very informal. Like, there's anything different about that. I'm going to dig right in because I have never met a pasta dish I didn't like, and have hardly ever been around pasta and not just salivate everywhere. Like I said, just Joe and I for dinner tonight, so I'm going back in. So delicious, so nutty, so sweet. Perfect, perfect weeknight supper. That is worthy of being on your dinner table tonight. Go to laurainthekitchen.com. Get this recipe for a real Italian classic. It is so good. You're gonna love it. I hope you enjoy spending time with me. Let me know your favorite pasta dish or whatever pasta dish you want to see next, and I will see you next time. Bye.